because it makes not only the person that's getting canceled, they're trying to shut them up, but anybody's watching now, they shut up because they say, if it can happen to this guy, it can happen to me.
In a recent interview, Ice Cube is outing a covert group of industry gatekeepers who reportedly attempted to ruin his career and remove Kanye West. In addition to discussing his recent reconciliation with Kanye, Cube opened up about the attempts made by Hollywood's elites and gatekeepers to destroy him and eliminate him. The responses to Ice Cube's anti-gatekeepers tour, however, have been conflicting, with some supporters saying he should keep exposing the dark side of the business and others attempting to have him silenced by calling him a conspiracy theorist. What did Cube have to say about making amends with Kanye? Did the gatekeepers in Hollywood really try to get rid of you? Let's get started.
I believe he's doing great. He's still, dealing with some people trying to hold on to his money. But for the most part, I believe he's in a good...
Ice Cube has been actively disclosing the gay Hollywood insider's secret, and he recently gained notoriety for making an apparent implication that the music business at least sought to get rid of Kanye West. For some context, Cube and Ye have been close friends for a very long time. Their relationship, however, encountered a snag last year when Kanye made some contentious remarks about Cube while participating in the Drink Champs podcast. Kanye was accused of anti-Semitism back in October after publishing a number of since-deleted tweets, which sparked the debate. Even though Kanye later emphasized that he was referring to certain dishonest Hollywood executives who attempted to harm him, he was immediately blacklisted, lost several lucrative contracts, and was blocked from all social media sites. However, Kanye was unyielding, and he launched his own podcast tour to expose all the nefarious ways his industry agents had attempted to destroy him. One of his podcast appearances featured Kanye recalling how, in 2016, after receiving an incorrect diagnosis, he was put on an involuntary psychiatric detention. Kanye also seemed to imply that his handlers had attempted to poison him with lithium.
Saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
What's even more bizarre is that just one day after Kanye tweeted this, former 90s pop sensation Aaron Carter drowned in his bathtub, weeks after the rapper made these allegations. Later, Kanye said that Aaron came there to talk to him about Harley Pasternak, a former personal trainer of Kanye's who had threatened to institutionalize the man.
That way, if they did attempt to kill me or kill me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK, or Aaron, what is the guy's name? Aaron Carter, the guy who wanted to talk to me about the Harley Pasternak situation. If they did do that, they would say, oh, it's Ye's mental health.
Now, since there are too many coincidences that don't add up, fans start to assert that there must at least be some truth to everything Kanye is claiming. Ice Cube initially said nothing in response to Kanye's remarks despite having been charged with anti-Semitism himself in the past. But after that, Kanye said on Drink Champ that Cube had affected his opinions.
Cube's really set me up for this. You know what I mean? It's like you really influenced me to get on this anti-site, vibe, and I'm here to finish the job.
That's when Cube fired back on Twitter, claiming he has nothing to do with Kanye's beliefs. I hate that my name was dragged into this. Drunk Champs B wrote, I don't know what gay meant by his statements. You're gonna have to ask him. I didn't put the batteries in his back. Please leave my name out of the anti-Semitic hall. I'm not anti-Semitic and never have been. But a few months later, Cube seemed to alter his mind when in June he was seen grinning and hugging Kanye outside the rapper's Marina Del Rey home. What then caused Cube to reconsider and declare his love for Kanye in public? It's intriguing that Cube and Kanye got back together just a few weeks after Cube posted a trending video on Twitter about Hollywood gatekeepers and his intention to unmask the covert industry group that supposedly tried to get rid of Kanye.
I realize with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of the club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with.
Despite the fact that Cube avoided using any specific names or elaborating on the nature of the club, his supporters rushed to the comments section to claim that they knew exactly who he was referring to. The NBA and the media, according to Cube, are attempting to undermine his 3-on-3 basketball league, the Big Three. This is what happens when you're outside the club, he added.
People might say, like, well, Cube, you want to work with the NBA. Really, I don't give a about working with the NBA. What I want them to do when I say work with us is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, you know, they ain't with us. And that's cool.
At that point, Cube made it known that he would begin making interviews and podcast appearances since he felt it was his responsibility to spread the word and expose all the unethical practices he has seen in the industry.
Well, what I'm going to do is go on a Gatekeepers podcast tour. And I'm going to go talk to everybody.
In addition, Cube recently admitted on the Joe Rogan podcast that he turned down a $9 million movie role because he refused to get the COVID vaccine. And he asserted that the media attempted to portray him as crazy for rejecting such a large sum of money.
Dudes is talking to my people, and they're like, if he don't take it, you know, he can't be in the movie. It's like, he's not taking it. It's not taking it. It's like, okay, can't do the movie.
At the time, according to Cube, he didn't want to publicly state why he declined the part. He was promptly labeled anti-vax after the information was released to the media.
You know, where you're not supposed to reveal a person's medical status. And here it is, they printing mine.
However, Cube recently made it clear during a talk with Logan Paul that he was never anti-vax and only believed that individuals shouldn't be blackmailed or terrified into getting the COVID shot.
I'm not anti-vaccine. I've been vaccinated before, you know, many times throughout my life. It's an individual choice. It sucks that people were pushed out of their jobs, canceled, family members not associating with their own family because of.
Additionally, Cube allegedly understood that he behaved inappropriately when Kanye brought him up in his Drink Champs interview, which is why he tried to make amends with him. Additionally, Cube apparently feared for Kanye's safety after witnessing firsthand how eager the gatekeepers of the business were to silence anyone who tried to speak out against them. Regarding their current relationship, Cube recently stated that they get along well and asserted they've never actually had a true argument to speak of. When asked about Kanye's remarks on Dream Champs during his appearance on Puree's Morgan Uncensored, Cube said that the only reason he at the time separated himself from those remarks was because Kanye didn't fully explain the context when he indicated how Cube affected him.
A couple weeks ago, we were always cool. You know, he spoke my name without really explaining what he meant. And I just really couldn't leave that statement out there without, you know, he never explained what he meant.
And while Cube claimed that Kanye erred by generalizing an entire group of people rather than mentioning specific individuals who had offended him, he also disclosed that Kanye is still dealing with the same people, who are reportedly still attempting to financially ruin him.
I believe he's doing great. You know, he's still, you know, dealing with some people trying to hold on to his money. But for the most part, I believe he's in a good space.
As for the fans, many of them are commending Kanye and Ice Cube for publicly opposing the industry gatekeepers, while others are accusing Cube of being a sellout and a conspiracy theorist, and stating that he should be blacklisted like Ye. One person recently tweeted at Cube, "My brother Ice Cube, I've been listening to you since 1993. You went from arrest the president, F the police, straight out of Compton. The list goes on. Because of you, I still rep the West. Please tell me you're not selling out." And Cube actually decided to address the sellout speculations in reply to the fans, saying, "Sell out, I work for myself. I'm self-made. How do you feed your family? How much do you sell your time per hour on your job?" Many fans then jumped to Cube's defense and said that they were glad to see Cube publicly supporting Kanye despite the industry trying to get rid of Ye for good. One fan tweeted, "Ice Cube kicked it with E and Kaylee like 2 months ago, and I swear ever since he's been taking a pace straight out of Kanye's school of marketing. Speak your whole mind, publicly go at whoever tries to stop you, and let your detractors contradict and expose themselves." And another person commented, "Good for Ice Cube. Keep standing up for yourself and others. Many artists are starting to come forward and spill the beans, and for people to still act like they don't see is crazy. Keep standing, friend." Thanks for watching our video. Make sure to subscribe our channel for more celeb videos. Don't forget to like and comment. Also share it with friends and family.